Don't say Suze Orman didn't warn you. Don't say it. Jill had sent this to me, and is there? Oh, I mean, literally, I'm trying to think if there's a worse image, like frightening. A Karen scolding you. How dare you don't call me my appropriate pronoun? How dare you don't save enough for retirement? I just look at that. That's just embarrassing. Some lady did a huge takedown on Suze Orman on YouTube. I forgot her name. Once you watch that video, it's pretty devastating. There's no other way around that. Now, there's two sides to every story, but man. Anyway, so what's Suze Orman's warning? If you're anyone like me who hated school, who hates being told what to do, just hates people just pecking at you, like how you'll just ugh, that just it's like being back in school, man. Like you're like, dude, I just want to go outside and play in the grass. I want to smell the freaking flowers, the dandelions. I want to play kickball. I want to go jump off the wharf. The last thing I need is a third grade teacher putting her things like that. Just So what's she all up in arms about? That we don't have a right here. We don't have. Let's see. We don't. We. Oh, it was right there. Right here. We don't have enough of an emergency fund. She says you should have 8 to 12 months on the emergency fund, says Suze, or you're going to get this right here. Um, oh, that makes me want to just go into heavy debt on a credit card just to spite that, because that is, it brings a chill to my spine just thinking about people and their, anyway, so I just kind of chuckled at this. Some guy from around here, Ted Jankin, who's with Atlanta-based Oxygen Financial, man, they email me. Like, I used to be on it was bad. They used to email me all the time. As I guess they like my zip code or something like that. I don't know how they got my email. Well, I do. I sign up for their on LinkedIn. They had a weekly. Now I can't remember what it was, and I remember I get emails like every like it was bad. I was like, dude, could you guys be any more aggressive? You remind me of probably even worse than Fisher. I couldn't believe it. It was embarrassing how salesy they were. Anyway, all right. So this guy says you should have 3 to 6 months of emergency savings. All right. Yet many Americans aren't even hitting that goal, says a new bank rate survey. Nearly 1 in 4 has nothing saved at all. That's interesting. So I want to dive into this a little bit. Because unlike Dennis, who just says the media says it, it must be true about 1 in 5 Oregonian adults being addicted to dope. And again, dope would be essentially meth, heroin, fentanyl, and cocaine. We don't know that to be true. It's just the media reported without any citations. At least here we have a survey. But my first thing is, okay, just get a survey. What does that mean exactly? All right, some 27% have enough to only cover 6 months or more of expense. Have enough to cover 6 or more months, and the rest fall in between the categories. So, as I am tended to do, I'm like, that's interesting. How do we come up with that here? Because Suze says really important that if you're going to do something, do it with intelligence and a lot of thought. All right, Suze, that's fantastic. Hold on, just 1 second. Here's a survey from Bankrate. Majority of U.S. households uneasy with level of emergency savings. Well, that would be me. Of course I'm not. Just 1 in 4 adults has more emergency savings now than a year ago. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, we got to see what it was a year ago, all right? Millennials have significantly less in savings than older generations. You think? I mean, yeah. So just 1 in 4 have more savings than they did a year ago. That in of itself, that doesn't tell you anything. And then millennials have less in savings than older generations. Yeah, because millennials are literally just starting out in their careers. And older generations have been building up. They make more money. Anyway, but even that, this is even stupider too, because more than half of adults are uncomfortable with emergency savings. Well, that doesn't bother me. I mean, I'm uncomfortable. What does that mean? 58% are somewhat uncomfortable or very uncomfortable. So Bankrate.com, let's take the same thing and say how many retirees are comfortable in retirement. And the same thing's going to be about 75 to 80%. You're going to write an article that says, hey, 80% of retirees are comfortable in retirement? No. All right, so then we keep going down here. And I just said right here. How does your emergency save compare with a year ago? So same amount, 32%. More savings, 24%. No savings than are now. So 56% of the people said they had the same amount or more, but we're going to focus on the 34% who have less. Okay. So, I mean, literally 10% have less savings and more. I mean, is that horrific? No. Jeez. Anyway, millennials have significantly less in savings than older generations. Well, again, that would make sense. But anyway, I just wanted to, so here we go. If you're a baby boomer and you have 3 months worth of expenses and savings, baby boomers over 62%, Generation X about half, and millennials about 40%. That's not bad. 40% of millennials have 3 months or more of living expenses and savings. But my whole thing is, what exactly is savings? What does that mean? Emergency savings, sitting in a checking account? I don't know. The study was conducted by Bankrate. They interviewed 1,000 people. That's it. The survey was conducted via web, and telephone. 995 people responded by web, and 30 people by telephone. 25 people in Spanish and 1,000 people in English. I mean, are we now using web-based responses as statistically relevant? I didn't know we're doing that now. When did that come out? Because I didn't get the memo. Anyway, the whole thing's stupid. What exactly is an emergency account? I mean, what is it? Because I don't have enough in my emergency account to cover 3 to 6 months. I'll tell you right now. Does that mean I'm worried? I'd like to have more, but I have a focus of what I'm trying to do, which is pay down my mortgage. Knowing full well if things go bad, I have access to other liquidity I can dump into. My M1 account, my IRA, my Roth, my home equity line of credit. I get lots of different ways. My credit card if I need to. So I say I am going to risk it and not have that big of an emergency savings. Does that mean I'm destitute? No. It's the way you phrase this stuff. This is where surveys are so bad. But then again, Suze Orman. Love your thoughts. We'll see you.